Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hidden Video Game Details, the series that aims to show you things that you may not have known about your favourite games so that you can look really clever in front of your friends. In today's video we play dead in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we check out the wildlife in Horizon Zero Dawn, and we dance the night away in Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. As always, if you think you know of a detail that I'm yet to cover, then the best places to let me know are in the comments section or on my social media accounts. The links, as always, are in the description. Oh, and leaving a like on any of my videos always makes me that little bit happier. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's begin with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, I'm going to be honest here, I've known about this detail for a while, but to actually record the detail meant having to play through the opening of Valhalla again. Now I know what you're thinking, if it's only the opening of the game, what took you so long to record it? Well, the openings of the more recent Assassin's Creed games have been really long, with Valhalla's taking well over 3 hours to get through. I mean, I know it's only 3 hours, but playing through arguably the slowest part of the game again for one detail hardly filled me with the required motivation. Well, in the end, I did it, and here we are. The detail in question can be seen when Hytham first demonstrates the leap of faith to Eivor. If you jump off the cliff, but then stay in the hay, Hytham will begin to panic.
Pig-headed fool! Are you injured?
You see? My faith grew stronger than my fear!
And that loam cushioned your fall.
Eivor! I have not seen this side of you before! Do not feed your fear, conquer it!
I've seen my death in a vision. It was not here. Not today.
Eivor, are you well? Eivor! Speak! Oh dear, this is not how I foresaw things. Not at all. Dear God, Basim will have my head for this!
So up next is a game that I almost certainly wouldn't have played if it wasn't for one of you guys suggesting it on Twitter. Going Under is a really strange game. It describes itself as a satirical dungeon crawler, and that's probably about right. You take on the role of Jackie, an unpaid intern who has to use office junk to fend off monsters that live beneath your new employer's campus. It really is as strange as it sounds. Couple that with a wicked sense of humour and some great dialogue, and you actually have a pretty entertaining game. Now, the detail in question from Going Under is just as strange as the game itself. If you position yourself against a wall and spin the camera around, you can see this. So inside Jackie's head is her brain, with its own set of eyes, a mouth, and even what appears to be a crown. Now, plenty of games have let you clip inside of your character model before, but I think this is the first time I've seen anything like this. So next up is F.E.A.R 2. Now of course everyone knows the F.E.A.R series as the game with the great AI and creepy little girl, but something that doesn't get talked about enough is the series' sense of humour. I mean, it was only recently that we discovered this guy hiding in a room in F.E.A.R Extraction Point. Well, at the beginning of F.E.A.R 2, the game tries its best to create a foreboding atmosphere. However, if you just want to wreck the place, you can, causing your teammate to say things like this.
What the hell are you doing here? Is that your car? No. Show some respect, man. That's just cold, bucket. Dude, who do you think's gonna pay for that? You're just hurting the taxpayers, man. Looks like the main entrance is blocked. They're locked down. Maybe we should look for another way in. Dude, you already tried those doors. Maybe if you knock loud enough, Aristide will come down here and let us in. Maybe we can go to the coffee shop. Man, I could really go for an extra hot, no whip, white chocolate macchiato. Took your damn time. Beckett was busy vandalizing shit.
So not only will your teammate comment on your destructive tendencies, but he will also use it as an excuse as to why you're late to the rendezvous. So Horizon Zero Dawn is one of those games that I feel is criminally underrepresented on this channel. And that's really strange, as it's pretty much perfect for this series. So last week I took the time to start the game on PC to see what I could find. Well, after just a few minutes of playing, I noticed this. So on one of the trees you can see ants carrying leaves back and forth. This detail reminds me of a similar detail seen in Skyrim, where you can find ants running around a tree stump. As I said, I've just started Horizon Zero Dawn again, so if you happen to know of any other cool details hidden in Horizon, please let me know. Speaking of games that are often neglected by this channel, Gears 5 is actually home to one of my favourite details of all time. When you're in a bookshop, you can find a collectible that you can of course pick up and take with you. The thing is, you didn't actually pay for the book, which causes this to happen. So that detail is cool, and of course one we have covered before. But today's detail is actually useful and cool, quite literally. During Chapter 2 of the Hivebusters DLC, you'll encounter an enemy with a cryo cannon. If you defeat the Mr. Freeze wannabe, you can pick up the cannon and use it yourself. Well, in the next room are 2 grenades. If you fire the ice cannon at the grenades, this will happen.
You've got your priorities all wrong!
So the regular grenades turn into cryo grenades, allowing you to freeze multiple enemies at once. Now, just like I said about Horizon Zero Dawn, if you know of any more details in Gears 5, then please let me know. So next up is the excellent Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. Last week I uploaded a video covering 30 Easter egg secrets and hidden details found in Insomniac's latest masterpiece, but as usual, you guys pointed out some really cool things that I'd missed. First up is some hidden dialogue, something that we've recently been covering in the 2016 Ratchet & Clank. At the beginning of the game, you have to make your way to the taxi stand. If you decide that going in all guns blazing isn't the best option, well, you're probably playing the wrong game, but you can hear this conversation between Dr. Nefarious and one of his goons.
Yeah, so we lost the Wombats at the taxi stand?
You what?
Mad respect for hiring us, but we're gonna need, like, a bonus for all this weird stuff.
A bonus? I'm already paying you generously.
Yeah, but, like, my guy got dragged through a hole in the ceiling by a crack.
Jobs can be dangerous.
Hey, bro, I hear you. I see you. This wasn't in the contract.
I cannot believe this.
Calm down, bro. We'll figure it out. Breathe with me.
Next up, if you head to Zerky's bar and make your way over to the jukebox, Rivet will bust some serious shapes.
Sir, it's just the highest quality Is this clear? Because I can't put anything in my body. Sir, it's just the highest quality.
Finally, and definitely the coolest detail I've seen in Rift Apart so far, involves the DualSense controller. Now, a lot of fuss was made about the DualSense's adaptive triggers and improved vibrations, but I never knew the DualSense could play me a song. The Pixelizer HD is a gun that will turn enemies into a pixely mess. Yes, that even applies to bosses. Well, here you can see that my controller speaker is switched off. Now if I hold down the right trigger halfway, the controller will start to play a song. So just to reiterate, this sound isn't coming from the controller's speakers, it's coming from the motors inside of the controller. It's pretty awesome. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated, and I do mean that, it really is appreciated. Remember, if you are a fan of Easter eggs, secrets and tiny details in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. A big thank you to CB4564 for suggesting the going under detail, and to Michael Bond 007 for suggesting the vibrating controller detail from Ratchet Clank. A big thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.